Have you noticed your legs feeling heavier lately? Maybe you used to walk up the stairs without thinking, but now you pause. You grip the handrail. You pull yourself up. It starts slowly. First, you stop gardening as much. Then it's harder to get out of your favorite chair. Then one day you lose your balance walking across the living room and you fall. I've been a doctor for over 50 years, and if there's one thing I've seen destroy the confidence of my older patients, it's this quiet enemy, muscle loss, or what we call sarcopenia. It's not your fault, and it's not just getting old. The truth is, you can stop it, but not with powders, not with expensive injections. You can start reversing muscle loss with something in your fridge right now, with real food. And no, I don't mean more protein bars. I'm talking about 7 meats that your body recognizes as healing fuel, rich in natural collagen, amino acids, and tissue repair nutrients that can help you walk farther, stand stronger, and feel confident again. So here's my promise to you. By the end of this video, you'll not only know which 7 meats fight muscle loss after 60, but how to prepare them, how often to eat them, and how they're different from the meats you've been told to avoid. If you've ever felt your legs getting weaker, type number 1 in the comments below. If you haven't yet, type 0. But stick around because this might save you or someone you love. And if this message touches you, please subscribe so you never miss a chance to rebuild your strength. Let's begin. Number 1, the silent crisis that steals strength after 60. If you're over 60 and you've noticed yourself getting weaker, not sick, just not as strong as you used to be, I want you to pay close attention. Because what you are feeling might not be aging. It might be something far more dangerous and far more treatable. I'm talking about sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. But let me be clear, this is not just about biceps or belly fat. Sarcopenia affects your legs, your heart, your lungs, even your digestive muscles. It affects the very foundation that keeps you moving, standing, and living independently. Starting around the age of 60, the average American loses between 1 to 2% of muscle mass every single year. Let me say that again. 1 to 2% per year. That means in just 5 years, you could lose up to 10% of your strength without realizing it. The Wall Street Journal reported in April that over 30 million seniors in the United States are currently living with undiagnosed sarcopenia. That's 30 million people silently growing weaker, struggling to rise from chairs, hesitating on stairs, relying on walkers, or fearing a fall. And here's the part most people never hear. Muscle loss is not just a side effect of aging. It's a medical condition, and one that can be slowed, even reversed, with the right fuel. Now ask yourself, do you sometimes feel like you're shrinking, not just in height, but in presence? Do you find yourself leaning more, sitting more, avoiding long walks or carrying groceries? You are not alone, and you are not powerless. The body is remarkable. Even at 70, even at 80, with the right nutrition, the right movement, and the right mindset, you can build back what you thought you had lost. This is what I've helped thousands of patients do. And today I want to help you do the same, starting with what's already in your kitchen. But first, tell me something. Have you noticed your legs trembling when you stand? Have you felt less steady on your feet? If that sounds familiar, write number 1 in the comments. If you feel fine now, write 0. And save this for later, because trust me, it comes fast. Now let's talk about the hidden material your body is starving for. Collagen. Number 2. Collagen, the missing link in your muscle strength. You've probably heard about collagen before, maybe from a TV commercial. Maybe your grandchild mentioned it as a skincare thing. But let me set the record straight on. Collagen is not just about smoother skin or looking younger. It's the glue, the actual connective tissue that holds your muscles, bones, joints, tendons, and skin together. Without collagen, the scaffolding of your body starts to collapse. Think of collagen like the steel beams in a building. When it's strong, everything stays upright. But when collagen breaks down, the muscles weaken, the joints grind, and the skin sags. Starting in your 30s, Your body's collagen production begins to drop. Slowly at first, but by your 60s and 70s, collagen levels can fall by more than 50%. That's right, more than 50% gone. And without enough collagen, your body can no longer repair itself the way it used to. I've had patients say, "Doc, I used to heal fast. A bruise, a sprain. Now it lingers for weeks." Or my joints creak when I move. Or I feel like my muscles are just soft. Does that sound familiar? The New York Times published a feature last year confirming that collagen loss is now considered a central factor in age-related decline in mobility, especially for seniors over 65. But here's the most frustrating part. Most older adults don't know how to get real, usable collagen into their bodies. They're buying flavored powders and pills that often pass right through their system. Or worse, they avoid collagen-rich meats because someone told them they're too fatty or old-fashioned. What if I told you that some of the most powerful sources of collagen, the kind your body can actually absorb and use, are in your kitchen right now? They're not expensive, they're not trendy, but they're time-tested, backed by science. And when prepared the right way, they can rebuild your strength from the inside out. So stay with me, because in the next part, we'll uncover the first overlooked meat that's nearly pure collagen. Most Americans throw it away. But in other cultures, and now in hospitals focused on senior recovery, it's considered a healing superfood. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried beef tendon? If not, get ready. This one might surprise you. Number 3, beef tendon, the hidden superfood that restores strength in seniors. Let me tell you something most Americans throw away that could help them walk again. It's not a supplement. It's not a pill. It's beef tendon. Yeah, that tough, chewy part most people trim off or avoid. It turns out it's one of the most collagen-rich, healing cuts of meat on the planet. Beef tendon is packed with type 1 and type 3 collagen, the very kinds your body needs to rebuild muscles, tendons, and joints. It also contains glycine and proline, 2 amino acids that regulate inflammation and help repair tissue. And when slow cooked properly, tendon melts into gelatin, a form your body absorbs easily and uses to heal. I remember a patient of mine named Frank, 74 years old, a Navy veteran. He told me, "Doc, I used to walk 5 miles every morning. Now I can barely make it to the mailbox." He had tried everything, pain meds, stretching, even physical therapy, but he was stuck, not just in his knees, but in his confidence, in his identity. We changed one thing. We added beef tendon soup twice a week, simple, affordable. Cooked slowly with carrots, onions, and a splash of lemon juice. 6 weeks later, he walked into my office, no cane. He said, "I don't know if it was the tendon, doc, but I feel steady again." But I knew, because I've seen it again and again. Beef tendon doesn't just support your joints. It tells your body you can heal now. It's also low in fat and high in protein, making it easy on digestion and ideal for seniors worried about cholesterol. Plus, pairing it with vitamin C-rich vegetables makes the collagen even more bioavailable. That means your body can use it faster. So why don't we eat more of it? Because in modern culture, we've been taught to fear anything with fat, or fiber, but for centuries this was medicine in a bowl. I'm asking you, are you willing to try one bowl of a slow-cooked tendon soup this week? Could that be the bowl that helps you stand taller again? If you've ever eaten beef tendon before, let me know in the comments. Type tendon. If you haven't, this might be your sign to try. And if tendon surprised you, just wait until you hear what part of the chicken you've been throwing away. That could rebuild your joints from the inside out. Number 4, chicken skin, the misunderstood medicine for joints and flexibility. For decades, people were told to peel it off, to throw it away, to fear it. But what if I told you that the very part of the chicken you've been told to avoid could be the reason your knees hurt less, your joints move better, and your mornings stop feeling so stiff? Yes, I'm talking about chicken skin. Now, before you scroll past or wrinkle your nose, you hear me out. Chicken skin, when cooked gently and not fried, is one of the richest natural sources of type 2 collagen, the type that cushions your joints and rebuilds the cartilage that helps your bones glide smoothly. One of my patients, Evelyn, 71 years old, told me this. Doctor, my knees feel like rusty hinges. Every morning they creak like an old floorboard. She had arthritis. But more than that, she had classic signs of collagen deficiency, joint pain, dry skin, brittle nails, and stiffness that wouldn't go away. I asked her gently, "Do you still cook chicken with the skin on?" She looked shocked. "Oh no, I haven't done that in 20 years. We changed that. Evelyn began roasting chicken thighs with the skin on twice a week, sometimes slow cooked with ginger and carrots, sometimes just seared and served with steamed vegetables. 3 weeks later, she called me with joy in her voice. "I walked down the stairs this morning without gripping the handrail." What happened? The collagen from chicken skin, along with natural gelatin, glycine, and healthy fats, began to repair the soft tissue around her joints. Her knees were finally cushioned again. And no, chicken skin is not the villain people make it out to be. When prepared properly, roasted or simmered, it's low in carbohydrates, full of flavor, and extremely healing for aging joints. It also supports better skin elasticity, stronger nails, and even more restful sleep thanks to its glycine content. Look, I'm not saying you should eat fried chicken buckets every day, but I am saying this. If you're over 60 and your joints are aching, don't be afraid of the skin. It might just be the missing link between pain and relief. Have you been peeling it off all these years? If yes, type skin in the comments. If you're brave enough to try leaving it on this week, let us know how it goes. Now, if chicken skin helps cushion your joints, the next food I'm about to share doesn't just cushion, it rebuilds. We call it liquid gold for seniors. Let's talk about bone broth. Number 5, bone broth. The liquid gold that rebuilds from within. There's something ancient and healing about a pot of bone broth simmering on the stove. It's not just food. It's medicine in a cup. And for seniors over 60 of them, especially those struggling with muscle loss, joint stiffness, or chronic fatigue, it may be one of the most powerful healing rituals you can bring back. Why? Because when bones are simmered, I'm talking 12 to 24 hours, they release collagen, gelatin, glycine, glucosamine, and chondroitin. These are the exact building blocks your body needs to rebuild cartilage, strengthen joints, and cushion the tissue that connects your bones. Let me tell you about Harold. He was 79 years old when his daughter brought him to see me. He used to fix everything around the house, she said. Now he barely gets out of his recliner. He had lost more than just muscle. He had lost confidence, spirit, energy. Instead of starting him on another prescription, I gave them a simple instruction. Make him a batch of bone broth, real broth from marrow bones. Add a splash of apple cider vinegar, a handful of carrots, onions, and simmer it for 24 hours. They did. Harold drank one warm mug every morning and one before bed. 4 weeks later, he walked into my office, taller. He said, "Doc, I'm not young again, but I feel like I can move again." That's what bone broth does. The collagen supports soft tissue. The glucosamine lubricates the joints. The amino acids help rebuild damaged muscle fibers. Even better, bone broth is gentle on digestion, perfect for older adults who can't handle supplements or heavy meals. And it's not just physical. Bone broth has been shown to improve sleep quality, reduce inflammation, and increase overall vitality. You don't need fancy packaging or expensive powders. You need a pot, some bones, and patience. So let me ask you, when was the last time your kitchen smelled like something that could heal you? If you already make bone broth, type broth in the comments and share your favorite recipe. If you've never made it, this might be the most important pot you ever cook. And if sipping broth helps rebuild you from within, then the next meat might just restore your ability to lift, grip, and stand again. All from a humble cut you probably grew up eating. Let's talk about chuck roast. Number 6, chuck roast. The classic cut that rebuilds your grip and gait. There's something about chuck roast that brings you back. Maybe it's the smell of Sunday dinners. Maybe it's how your mother used to slow cook it until it fell apart with a fork. But let me tell you what most people never realize. Chuck roast isn't just comfort food. For people over 60, It can be a muscle rebuilding meal. Why? Because it comes from the shoulder of the cow, one of the hardest working muscle groups. That means this cut contains more collagen, connective tissue, iron, zinc, and healthy fats than most lean cuts. When slow cooked, those tough muscle fibers break down into gelatin and amino acids that are easy to absorb and help your body rebuild lost strength. Let me introduce you to George. He was 82 years old, a retired mechanic. His hands had once repaired entire engines, but now they struggled to button a shirt. "Doc, I'm not the man I used to be, pal," he told me, his voice low. George wasn't just losing muscle, he was losing grip, stability, pride. He didn't want pills, he didn't care for powders. He said, "I just want real food, something that feels like home." I told him, "Then eat chuck roast." 3 weeks later, he came back to my clinic, smiling. "Doc, I made it up the stairs, no rail." Here's why. Chuck roast delivers type 1 and 3 collagen, which helps your ligaments and tendons stay strong. It gives you iron to keep oxygen flowing through your blood. It provides creatine, a nutrient that supports quick muscle recovery. And when paired with vitamin C-rich vegetables like tomatoes or bell peppers in the same pot, your body absorbs even more of the healing nutrients. Chuck roast helps you do more than just chew and swallow. It helps you stand up straighter. It helps you hold on to your independence. And most importantly, it reminds you that healing doesn't have to come from a pill bottle. Sometimes it comes from a slow-cooked meal shared with people you love. So when was the last time you made chuck roast? If you remember the smell of it from your childhood, or if you're ready to bring it back, type roast in the comments. Now, if chuck roast helps rebuild strength, the next meat is about gentleness. Easy to chew, easy to digest, yet packed with power. Let's talk about chicken thighs. Number 7, chicken thighs, the gentle powerhouse for aging bodies. When you're over 60, your body doesn't always need more. It needs smarter. Smarter food, smarter protein, smarter ways to build strength without straining digestion or exhausting your energy. That's where chicken thighs come in. Unlike chicken breasts, which are lean but dry, chicken thighs are moist, flavorful, and filled with natural collagen, fat, and minerals that your body can use, especially if you're over 60. And here's something most people don't know. The muscles in a chicken's legs and thighs are constantly in use, which means they're packed with more connective tissue, type 2 collagen, and amino acids than the breast. One of my patients, Margaret, age 66, was a retired dance instructor. Elegant, graceful, but after a fall, she lost her balance and her confidence. She told me, "My body used to bounce back. Now it feels like it forgot how to recover." She was eating well, lots of vegetables, oatmeal, even lean chicken breast. But her muscles were soft, her joints stiff, her energy low. We didn't add supplements. We added chicken thighs, twice a week, with the skin on, slow cooked or roasted with herbs. 6 weeks later, she returned, lighter on her feet. "My knees don't creak when I climb stairs anymore," she smiled. "I feel like me again." Chicken thighs contain glycine and proline, the same amino acids found in beef tendon and bone broth, vital for joint repair and inflammation control. They're also rich in iron, zinc, vitamin B6, and manganese, minerals that support nerve signals, bone density, and cellular healing. And because they're tender and juicy, and they're easy to chew, ideal for seniors with sensitive teeth or weak jaws. So if you've been avoiding dark meat because you thought it was less healthy, let me reassure you. For aging bodies, it might be more healing than you think. The trick is how you prepare it. Not fried, not breaded, but slow cooked, gently roasted, or stewed in a way that allows nutrients to stay intact and makes digestion easier. So tell me, babe, have you been skipping chicken thighs all these years? If yes, comment thigh below. If you're ready to try it this week, let us know how it goes. And if chicken can rebuild your joints from the inside, then just wait until you hear about the meat we save for Thanksgiving, that you should be eating every week to prevent muscle breakdown. Let's talk about turkey. Number 8, turkey, the holiday meat you should be eating every week after 60. Most people think of turkey once a year. Thanksgiving, big table, sliced breast, maybe some leftovers the next day. But for seniors over 60, turkey isn't just a holiday tradition. It should be a weekly habit, a quiet protector of your strength, joints, and peace of mind. Why? Because turkey is rich in high-quality protein, amino acids, and nutrients that reduce muscle loss and inflammation. One of my patients, Ron, was 68, a retired firefighter. He said, "I used to carry people out of buildings. Now I get winded walking to the mailbox." His legs were shrinking. His balance was off. He felt tired and ashamed. We ran labs, early signs of sarcopenia, age-related muscle wasting. He asked, "Do I need injections, special shakes?" I said, "No, just turkey." He laughed. "You mean like Thanksgiving?" Exactly. I had him switch from beef burgers to ground turkey patties, sliced turkey breast in sandwiches, turkey stew on Sundays. 5 weeks later, he came back, standing straighter. "Doc," he said, "I feel like I've got gas in the tank again." Turkey contains carnosine, a compound that protects muscle fibers from oxidative stress, one of the root causes of muscle breakdown in older adults. It's also rich in tryptophan, which supports deep sleep, stable mood, and better hormone balance, critical for recovery. And unlike some red meats, turkey is easy to digest, low in saturated fat, and full of absorbable protein that the body uses quickly. It also gives you vitamin B6, niacin, selenium, and zinc, key players in immune support, muscle building, and joint protection. Here's the best part. You don't need a holiday to enjoy turkey, just a little creativity in the kitchen. So let me ask you, have you been ignoring turkey except for one Thursday a year? If so, it's time to change that. Comment turkey if you're ready to give it a weekly spot on your plate. Now, if you think turkey is powerful, wait until you hear what most people throw away when eating fish. That could rebuild your joints and skin faster than anything else. Let's talk about wild salmon skin. Number 9, wild salmon skin, the marine collagen secret for joint and skin repair. When people talk about healthy eating for seniors, wild salmon is often at the top of the list, and rightly so. It's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and lean protein. But here's the part no one talks about: the skin. Most people peel it off, throw it away. But what if I told you that wild salmon skin may be the most collagen-dense, joint-healing part of the entire fish? Let me share a story. Lorraine, 73 years old, came into my clinic with stiff knees and a crackling sound every time she bent them. "I've tried creams, supplements, I even soak in hot tubs," she sighed. "It helps a little, but nothing lasts." We reviewed her diet. She loves salmon, grilled, baked, broiled. "But I always remove the skin," she said. That was our turning point. I told her, "Keep the skin. That's where the healing starts." 4 weeks later, Lorraine returned with a lighter step. "My knees aren't perfect," she said, "but I don't hear them arguing with me anymore." That's the power of marine collagen. Wild salmon skin contains type 1 collagen, which helps maintain skin elasticity, bone strength, and connective tissue repair. But it also contains marine peptides, special protein fragments that are more bioavailable than land animal collagen, meaning your body absorbs them faster and deeper. These peptides directly stimulate your body's own collagen production, especially in joints, tendons, and skin. And salmon skin brings a bonus: omega-3 fatty acids that fight inflammation and improve blood flow to muscles and cartilage, crucial for healing and mobility. It's like a natural anti-aging serum, but from your dinner plate. Now here's how to enjoy it. Choose wild-caught salmon, not farmed. Pan-sear the skin until crisp, or bake with olive oil and lemon. If chewing the skin is difficult, you can blend it into broth or soup. The nutrients remain. So I ask you, have you been throwing away the most powerful part of your salmon? If yes, type skin in the comments. If you're ready to give it a chance, tell me how you plan to try it this week. Because sometimes the medicine your body needs is hiding in what you almost threw away. Now that you know these 7 healing meats, from tendon to turkey to salmon skin, let's take everything we've learned and tie it together in a final message that could change how you eat and how you age. starting today. If you're over 60 and you've ever struggled to stand up from a chair, if your knees creak, your grip is fading, or your legs feel weaker than they used to be, please know this: you are not broken. You are undernourished, and that can change, starting with what's on your plate. You've just discovered 7 powerful healing meats: beef tendon, chicken skin, bone broth, chuck roast, chicken thighs, turkey, and wild salmon skin. They're not exotic, they're not expensive, but they are powerful. And when eaten the right way, slow cooked, gently prepared with whole ingredients, they become more than meals. They become medicine. I've seen it with Frank, with Evelyn, with Margaret, with Harold. And now it's your turn. Start small, cook one, taste ones, or give your body a chance to remember what it feels like to be strong again. And if this message moved you, if it gave you hope, share it with someone you care about: a spouse, a sibling, a friend who's been struggling. Leave a comment below with the word strength if you're ready to take action. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and stay with us, because we are just getting started. But before you go, what if I told you that all your efforts to heal your muscles could be quietly destroyed by the very first thing you eat each morning? Click here to watch our next video: 3 breakfast foods destroying your legs. You've rebuilt the inside, now it's time to protect the outside.